The eCom Seller Summit was created to prove that with the right tools and training, anyone and everyone can make money in e-commerce. So many people want to try their hand at e-commerce, selling on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, and more, but they're afraid they won't be successful. This summit will show you that there's many ways to do e-commerce, and there are many platforms you can explore because e-commerce really has no limits. It really can pay your bills, and e-commerce never sleeps. There's nothing like waking up to profits from getting sales all night long. My name is Nicole Whitlock, and this is the eCom Seller Summit. Hello, this is Nicole Whitlock with the eCom Seller Summit, and today's key featured speaker is Amy Weiss. Amy is the owner and creator of Amazing at Home. She is a very talented lady with many skills. She owns her own she's created a few private label products, and she runs the Amazing at Home Facebook group not just Facebook group, training program, along with the creator of the Inspire Conference. So, hello, Miss Amy.
Hello, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me to talk about listing optimization nerdery today. It's one of my favorite topics.
I'm glad you're here. So let's go ahead and let's get started.
All right, I think it's my turn to share my screen.
Yes. For some reason, I have a little cough this morning. So when
no.
Well,
No getting sick, Miss Nicole.
No getting sick. I have allergies naturally, so.
Oh, everybody in Texas has allergies.
Yes, everyone in Texas. That's where you're nervous, like is it an allergy or something else? So I am going to go off screen and mute myself while you take off on this amazing topic.
Okay, awesome. Well, I am excited to talk to you guys today about listing optimization. Listing optimization is such an important skill to have for anybody selling online. This cannot be understated because it is what gets you found online. It's what gets you found. So the details here matter. And we're going to go over to in today's presentation, we're going to talk about what areas of your listing you should be focusing on, what kind of things in those areas you should be doing, and kind of how to fill out the rest of those details in your listing that you might not be paying attention to, such as the back end of the listing. So why should I be talking about listing optimization? Why do we care, Amy? Listing optimization is the largest factor in your organic reach. The keyword phrases that you use in your listing and the order in which you use them has a direct impact on you showing up on page 1 for that keyword. And how important is it for you to show up on page 1 for that keyword? Do customers usually scroll to page 3? Not often, right? So we need to make sure that we are using the right keyword phrases and using them in the right order in order to rank our listings. And really, really, really important, so many people just go after the keyword phrase with the highest search volume. And that's not always the best thing to do. So we're going to talk about that. But it also increases your PPC performance and decreases your costs on PPC. Why? Well, with PPC, you have 3 ranking factors, 3 factors that go into whether or not your ad is shown. The very first factor is relevance to the listing. So, PPC is a bidding war. If you are bidding on the keyword cat toy and your competitor is also bidding on that cat toy keyword, and you don't have that in your listing anywhere, maybe you're selling a mouse and you're only using mouse words and it's not anywhere in your back-end keywords and it's not a very relevant keyword in your listing. Well, Amazon is going to, number 1, charge you more for that keyword than your competitor. and put you lower in placement because they want to show the ads that are most relevant to what customers are searching for. So the keywords that you use in your listings matter. And that was not really a great example of a keyword that you might be bidding on, but you might be bidding on maybe a medium or longer tail keyword that's related and that's doing very well for you, and it isn't actually in your listing anywhere. Well, that's going to have a direct impact. Also, if people click on your ad, but they don't see what they like in your listing, you're going to be paying for a lot of clicks and not making a lot of sales. So listing optimization matters. Being found is the most important aspect of selling online. All right, I'm done arguing with you guys. You know it's important. So let's look at what's important. So first we have the title. The title should be your 6 most important keywords followed by a dash. This should be the only dash you use in your title. Why? Because this sets a canonical URL. The canonical URL is, when you write a blog post or something like that, and in the URL at the top of the page, it says word dash, word dash, word dash, word. Well, when people search for that title on, Google, on whatever, if they're searching for floor lamp dimmable on Google, and you have that keyword phrase in your top 6 keywords followed by a dash, that keyword phrase is going to be in your canonical URL, in the Amazon page URL. And that's going to allow you to get more organic search traffic to your listing. So in your title, I want you to, at a minimum, use the 6 most important keywords followed by a dash. We'll get more into this later. All right, then your bullets and descriptions. You really want to focus on keyword phrases over individual keywords. Why? Because people don't search for individual keywords. If I'm looking for a floor lamp on Amazon, what am I going to do? What does the customer do? They type in floor lamp, as we see in my picture over here, and then they look at the suggested results and they pick the one that is most relevant to them. So if I'm looking for a floor lamp, I can say, LED, no, that's not it. Gold, oh, sweet, that's the one I'm looking for, floor lamp gold. And I'm gonna click on that, and I am going to then see the search results. Now, if you don't have this very important phrase anywhere in your listing, or you've simply used the words floor lamp and gold separate throughout your listing, you're not gonna be as relevant as your competitors who are using floor lamp gold, that whole phrase together, because when the search engine indexes you, they're looking for those phrases. So the biggest mistake I see copywriters make is they use individual keywords and they smatter them throughout the listing, and they don't use these important phrases. And I'm able to very easily show my clients, when they come to me for listing optimization, I'm able to very easily show them all these opportunities where they are missing showing up in essential keyword searches and why they're not ranking as high organically, because they're not using these important phrases over individual keywords. So next, I want you to focus on the main keyword phrase and not outliers. So what does that mean? If you are primarily a floor lamp gold, I don't want you to be thinking, okay, well, I could also be a table lamp. Maybe somebody would use it for that. I know I'm a floor lamp, but okay, I could also be a light for the attic. Okay, trying to rank for everything and trying to sell to everyone is selling to no one, right? So you really need to focus on the keywords that are most relevant to your listing and not try and be the everything product, because that doesn't generally work for ranking. Finally, the back end. The back end really matters. You've got to fill out your search terms field, and we'll talk about that, the subject matter field, the intended use field, and the target audience field. Those all index, you guys. They index. What a missed opportunity. 90% of the listings that I look at in the back end when I'm on coaching calls, they do not have this information filled out, or they're repeating the same keywords in these areas that they used already in their listing writing, which is another mistake that is not allowing you to show up for as many searches as you could show up for. Intended use, yep, fill that out. And more details, I've got that there twice. That's not extra emphasis, that's just remember to fill that out. And the more details tab is also really important. So we're gonna talk about that. So the title, rank everywhere. This is what I was talking about, that canonical URL. That URL with the word dash word dash word dash word. Well, when someone searches on Google for this, so I typed in floor lamp temperature technology. Floor lamp temperature technology, that's what's in there. But who's gonna search for that, right? And here shows up, the very first search result is this imagey dimmable 9-watt floor lamp. So you can see, had this particular listing actually put in those first 6 keywords in the dash for something people would actually search for on Google, they might be able to organically rank, but instead they've used dashes throughout their listing, and this has screwed up their canonical URL. So you can see you've got temperature, technology, and this is the biggest question I get here is, Amy, how do I fix it? I screwed it up, how do I fix it? So how you fix it is you go in, and the hardest part on Amazon is when you open up a case to change your title, because if you can go in and click edit on your listing and change your title, Amazon will not update it. They won't. So what you need to do is you have to open a case and you have to show that you are the owner of that listing. You have to submit live photos. And what they mean by live photos is they don't want stock photos, because anybody could just pull those stock photos off the internet and then change your listing. They want to know that you actually have that product in your possession. So you take photos of it in your office, you take photos of it in your warehouse, whatever, but they want to know that you actually have that product in your possession. And they also would like a manufacturer's URL showing that their title, the title on the website matches, for this product, matches what you want to put on Amazon. So all these private label sellers, what I tell them to do is, hey, have a website, update it, and then you can very easily update your title. But if you learn how to do this from the start, you won't have to worry about fixing it. So we really want to make sure we use those first 6 keywords followed by a dash, and then throughout the rest of the listing, we can use other symbols. We can use like the pipe symbol. I like that one. That's like the long up and down one. Or we can use, you know, like this one has a slash or a comma. That's fine. But if you put in the dash, it's going to screw up your canonical URL. So I only want you to use one dash after the first 6 keywords. All right. Your main photo matters. Let's take a look at these main photos. Which one immediately gets your attention? The one that gets my attention is, oh, there's 2 actually. These 2 on the right, I'm not even really paying attention to. They're just kind of boring. This one, I'm like, ooh, look at that light beam. Even though they're totally breaking Amazon style guidelines with this main photo, they'll probably get suppressed soon and have to switch it out. But anyway, it's really getting my attention because it looks different. It looks different. And wow, that's a really cool bend in this light. Huh, cool. That one immediately gets my attention. This one also gets my attention because they're showing me that I get a remote and it has functionality. So it's not just a boring, just a boring stick light. So your main photo really matters. I want you to look at the competition on the page and think about your main photo and how you can help it to stand out amongst the competition. So just utilizing some of these ideas, we can look at this one, elegant designs. You know, they could do a zoom in and actually show this, this part right here, or they could have some really great packaging that shows their branding. And if their packaging, because you can show packaging in a main photo, if their packaging shows some really cool aspects of the product, I might just click on it. One mistake I see a lot of people make in their main photo if they use packaging is they'll put the packaging like in front of the product. And it's a lot of times, you know, consumers, they want to see the product. So always kind of put the packaging in the background. Don't put it in the foreground of the photo. But The next question I have for you is, do reviews count for listing optimization, and why? Whenever I am on launch calls with my clients, we will do, Amazon product launch calls, and we'll talk for an hour about launch strategy, and we will go through everything. And the first phase of launch is always to get reviews. Because look at these search results. The only thing that we have to pay attention to here is the main photo, the title, those reviews, and the price. So in general, people really want to see that you have reviews. If you have no reviews, those stars are going to stand out of your competition, and you might not get sales in the beginning if you have no reviews. So getting reviews is a whole nother topic of conversation, but it's really, really important that you have reviews. All right, next, your photos, you guys. So many people understate the importance of photos. They'll write a really great listing, and then they'll do like DIY photos, or they won't explain anything in their photos. Let me tell you what the customer is doing. Actually, you guys, I looked the other day, and 67%, and in 2018 and 2019, 67% of Amazon shoppers actually didn't shop on mobile. They shopped on desktop. They preferred to shop on desktop. So that's really interesting, because they're really getting a big screen view of your photos. So that makes it even more important. But what the customer does when they go to a listing, they look at the photos. They look at the photos first. They don't even read the listing yet. They look at the main photo, the title, the reviews. They click on the listing, and they go through the photos. And if these photos do not answer their questions, if they don't know what they're getting, if they don't know the sizing, if they don't know what this could be used for, if they don't see this product in their life, they are going to move on to your competition without even reading your listing. So many listings that I review, I see they say all these great things about the product in the listing. They're doing such a great job. They say, oh, it has, all this functionality, and it's really good for your health, or blah, 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 all these different things. And none of that is shown anywhere in their photos. We have a, 5-year warranty, 100% satisfaction guarantee. None of it's in their photos. Show the things that you say in your listing, your strongest selling points, show them in your photos. Only the main photo can't have text. The rest of the photos can be infographics, they can have text, they can be lifestyle. So show them. Show your strongest selling points in your photos. Fill in all the blanks. Let's look at your back end, right? This is the old style back end. Some of you are looking at the new style, but there are still really great fields here. And some of the categories on Amazon will show these fields, and some of them will not. So the first one is the platinum keywords field. You can skip this field. You do not have to fill this in. It does not index unless you are a platinum merchant, and I haven't met one yet. So don't worry about that. Next is the search terms field. Here you want to fill it out in this format. You see this? You get 249 bytes for this field. A byte is, each letter is 1 byte. Each space is 1 byte. Symbols are 2 bytes. So that's why we don't use commas or anything here. We just do word, space, word, space, word, space, words. If I use the word camping in the front end of my listing, meaning in the title, the bullets, or the description, I should not put it in this search terms. Why? It can already index on the front end. I don't need it to index in the back end. So these are words that I haven't yet used in the front end of my listing that I'm putting in the back end in this format, word, space, word, right? Now, if I search for floor lamps on Amazon, you might be wondering, how do I get extra ideas to put in my listing here? So first of all, you keep track of the words, the keywords that you use in your listing as you're writing it. You know, you have your whole list of keywords and keyword phrases that you want to use. Keep track of those. I use a tool by Seller SEO called Listing Lightning, and it keeps track of all the first of all, it gives me all the keyword phrases I should use and the individual keywords that I should use. And it keeps track of them as I write them in the listing, and it disappears. And then it gives me the back end keywords that I should use. So that is my favorite tool. That's on sellerseo.com. It's called Listing Lightning. But anyway, you don't need a tool. Maybe you're already paying for tools. You have a whole list of your keywords that you want to use. And so these are the words that you want to put in this back end, is the words that you have not yet used in your listing. So, but what you can also do to get additional ideas for keywords is you can search for this product on Amazon. And on the left-hand side of the listing, you will see that, you know, if I'm searching for a floor lamp, I see departments. Look at that. Underneath departments, I have got home and kitchen, floor lamps, kids, home store, kitchen and dining. All those are words that I can use. So now I can go over here to target audience, and I can put in kitchen, space dining, space bedding, space bath, space furniture. And I know what you might be thinking, but Amy, it's not bedding. But guess what? People may be in a category of bedding when they're searching for, you know, a floor lamp, and your listing will show up and your competitors will not. So I definitely recommend you first pick the ones that are the most relevant, but then you can see, look at these light fixture styles here. Modern, traditional, Art Deco, transitional, Asian, kids, mid-century. You can put those in the subject matter field. You probably haven't used those in the front end of your listing. Lamp and lighting material, metal, plastic, glass, steel, crystal, wood. Put all of those words here in the subject matter fields. These are things that lamps are made out of. It doesn't necessarily mean your lamp has to be made out of it. What you're doing is enabling yourself to show up for more searches. It's not like you're putting plastic in the front end of your listing or in the title if your floor lamp isn't plastic. This is the back end. This is where you can put additional subject matter that is related to your product. So why not utilize these additional keywords? Each one of these phrases here, each one of these lines here has 50 bytes that you're able to use, 50. So you want to click the add more button and add all 5 and fill all 5 out. All right, as we said, fill in all the blanks. One more tool that you can use is the product classifier tool. So go on Amazon in the upper right-hand corner in your Seller Central and type in product classifier in that little search bar. And it's going to bring up classify your products with the product classifier. You just type in floor lamp and look at all the cool words I get. Lighting, ceiling fans, lamps, shades, floor lamps, tools, home improvement. Those are some great words I can use in those back-end fields, right? More details. Okay, guys, this is the more details tab in the back end of your listing. So I also want you to fill this out. At a minimum, you need to fill out the weight and dimensions of your product, because otherwise your FBA fees will not be calculated. If you're ever wondering when you create a listing why the fees don't show up, it's because you haven't filled out the weight and the dimensions so that they can calculate your fees. But anyway, you also want to fill out some additional information. And what you can do, again, look on that left side of Amazon when you're searching for the product and look and see what the recommendations are. And you're going to see that the things that show up on the left side correspond with some of the fields in the back end of your more details tab. Additionally, you can look at your competitors' listings. They may have something filled out in their listing, some field that shows up in their listing that isn't in yours. Go in your more details tab and try to match it up, and then go, oh, that's where I can get that to show up on my listing. So I've done this with hundreds of listings. I've tested this out a whole bunch, And these things get you showing up for more searches because people really, they search for these things. They get into these filters, they're really trying to find what they need to find. So you want your listing to show up for as many searches as possible. And then you want your front end of your listing to be as relevant as possible to your main keyword. But the back end is for all those additional details that are less relevant to your main keyword, but will allow you to show up for lots and lots of searches. All right, I see that I have a question and I will be checking on that towards the end of this presentation. So, dominating seasonality with keywords. I always have a gift keyword in my listings, unless it's just not a giftable item, if it's like, something for the car, it might not be a gift. I don't know. If it's not a gift, if it's toilet paper, it might not be a gift. I mean, right now it might be a gift, but it's not a gift. So in that case, I just use that bullet it's always bullet number 5. But what I want you to use is a seasonal bullet. So if Christmas is coming up for Q4, I want you to actually research what people are typing in for Christmas. So if I can think of, for this floor lamp, I was thinking, well, maybe it's a Christmas gift for readers. Do people actually search for that? So I type in Christmas gifts for RE, and you can see not a suggestion. So I want to look, and I found instead down here, best gifts for readers. That gets 480 searches a month across the internet. Bingo. I don't just want to use, so many people write gifting keywords and they're just like, best gifts for Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day, your teacher, your mom, your dad. You're not going to rank for anything. If you take the time to research the best gifts for readers keywords, you're going to do much, much better this way. So make sure that you actually utilize the keyword phrases that matter so that you can rank for those. And then when it comes, maybe that's a really great gift for Valentine's Day. And maybe you can find a Valentine's Day specific keyword or a St. Patrick's Day specific keyword phrase to use. Well, then just rewrite that one bullet during that season and then start running PPC to it and start indexing for that. And you really are going to make more sales seasonally. A lot of people do this in their title, and it's just, I would not do this with my title. Your bullet points do rank pretty well, so I would add additional keywords in my back end as well as rewrite the 5th bullet. I have in different cases, sometimes if someone's product is not selling and it's a very giftable product, I will rewrite the whole listing as a gift and we'll do all the different gift aspects. And I've been able to turn around some products like that. There's a lot of great techniques to use in that case in rewriting a listing. All right, add these gems to your listing. So when we find these giftable keywords or these additional supporting keywords, we want to add it in the front end bullets and your description. So you could add a little blurb in your description. You can have a seasonal area of your description, your back end subject matter or your search terms. Add a photo to show it as a gift. I can't tell you. It's really great. Sometimes people will go through the photos and they'll go, I don't know if this is for me. But then when they see it as a gift, they go, oh my gosh, I have that baby shower coming up. Oh, duh, this is perfect for that. Let me grab it, you know? So, or this is, oh my gosh, my sister loves horses, you know? I didn't even think about this as a gift. But if you don't show it as a photo as a gift, and then think about as showing it seasonally, so as a Valentine's Day gift, as a, you know, have different gift photos in your photo repository. When you take your photos, take it for all different seasons and have that there to swap out. And then again, run PPC so that you can start kind of ranking for that keyword and making some additional sales. So, you know, so you're actually showing up on the page. PPC allows you to kind of show up at the top of the page. All right, then you want to get page visits and prioritize external traffic over PPC. So page visits are what helps your listing index. So this is part of phase 1 of my launch plan. Whenever I launch a new product with a client or launch one of my own products, I will run as much external traffic as I can. I will post my product on rebatejet.com. This is a site that allows me to do one-time use coupon codes or rebates. I will, now, since we can't use Amazon giveaways anymore, I will just do this through RebateJet or through my own email list. I'll do a couple of giveaways. I'll do some discounted promotions. The whole point is to get page visits. I don't care if everyone claims that promotion. I want people to visit and check out my listing so that Amazon goes, oh, tons of people are searching for this from off of Amazon. That ranks you a lot higher and it gets you indexed ASAP. So you really want to make sure that you're driving as much traffic to the listing as possible during that launch. External traffic gets higher ranking priority than on Amazon PPC in the A9 algorithm. So think about it. When Amazon sees PPC, they go, okay, that's relevant. Cool. I want to show these search results. Oh, great. They're converting for this. All right. Keep them in good PPC placement. But when Amazon sees people visiting your listing from off of Amazon, they go, oh my gosh, potential Amazon.com customers are coming from off of Amazon to visit Amazon to look at this product. Whoa, move it up. So it's really, really important that you not just focus on Amazon PPC. I have met so many sellers that are spending so much money on Amazon PPC and they have never ran any external traffic. Meanwhile, I spend 10 cents a click on Google and I'm able to maintain my rank. I'm able to drive tons of traffic and that alone has tripled my sales. So, you know, they're paying $2 for a click. I'm paying 10 cents on Google. So, you know, there's other search engines, there's Bing, there's organic posts on Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit. Use it, you guys, use it. Get people to your listing. You're going to index. That's going to be awesome. You're going to be indexed for all these keywords, which means you're going to show up in more searches. Check your ad and organic placement on desktop and mobile every week. So every week I take the time to look at my listing as a customer from the customer facing side. I look and I see, okay, where am I showing up on the page for this keyword? How am I looking? What competitors have popped up? What are they doing? And so I look at it from a customer perspective. This also allows me to see any new reviews that might have come in, you know, respond to things and just kind of see what's going on. I want to make sure that I remain the most compelling click on the page next to my competition. So my final note here down here in red, when you rewrite your listing, you are hitting the reset button. So when you write a listing, Amazon's search engine is going to crawl the web page, going to crawl that page, and it's going to go, oh, they're relevant for this, 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 and this. And when they crawl it again and they see that everything has changed, they're going to go, oh, they were indexed for all these things, but start over. Just start over at the top, re-index it. So if you're going to add keywords, add them to your back end, or like I said, to like one bullet, you know, or add them to like, if you haven't used up all 500 characters in a bullet point, add them to the end of that, right? But if you're going to rewrite the whole listing, you're going to push the reset button. So a lot of people are like, you know, I rewrote my listing and now my sales have stopped and I can't find, well, because you're not indexed. So now you got to start this whole thing over again. So get it indexed, run things, run lots of external traffic, get it going again. And just remember that you've got to index again before you can show up again organically. Now I have rewritten listings for people that have had really bad listings and they actually show up on page 1 for a lot of their main keywords and from the start, like as we rewrote the listing, and then they get the Amazon's choice badges because they're using those right keyword phrases. So I want you to make sales in every season. Think of creative keywords for every season and continue to optimize. Pull keywords from your customer search terms in your advertising reports. utilize the ones that are ranking the highest for you. Create different mock-ups of your product, post on social to see which ones get the most engagement. You can do this on PickFu as well. That's one of the tools that I like, pickfu.com, I believe it is. You can show different things and say, you know, which one's more appealing. You can play with different main images, but get out there and sell some stuff, you guys. Don't just set it and forget it. Go back to your listings, visit them, look at your back ends, make sure you're filling this stuff out. You can always book a call with me. We can go through this stuff together. But speaking of booking a call or going through this stuff together, if you would like me to review your listing, you can go to amazingathome.com/listing review, and I will review your listing. I will send you a video with everything I think about your listing. And then finally, I am doing a listing optimization masterclass starting tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, March 31st, Tuesday, March 31st. And we're going till April 30th. And I'm going to teach you the exact techniques, A to Z, everything. I'm going to give you my templates, how I write my titles, how I write my bullet points, how I write my description. Now is the time to fix your listing. So I would normally charge over $400 for this kind of training. I'm charging $45 because I want to give back during this coronavirus craziness that is going on. So you can go to amazingathome.com/listing optimization. Nicole's already put a link out there for you to click on that page and you'll see that masterclass page. We're starting that next week. So get in that class, learn all of my techniques, get my templates, learn how to master listing optimization. And all right, I'm going to stop sharing and look at this. Janice says, it seems incredibly spammy. If it isn't of glass, it is just annoying. I'm not sure what she was referring to in that, but we'll see.
I think she was probably talking about one of the, it may have been when you were on the page for the search fields.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's where you were, and that may be.
Oh, including like the word glass in your back end listing, and then even if it's not made of glass. But what you have to realize is that you're not going to rank for made of glass then. You're going to rank for what's most relevant in the front end of your listing. You're not going to put that in the front end. You're putting it in the back end so that when somebody is searching for what you're most relevant for, you're also showing up for those search filters. You're not going to spam them. Remember, if you try to rank for everything, you'll rank for nothing. So it's okay to use glass in your back end, even if you're plastic, because you're not going to show up on page one for glass. But you will show up for a whole bunch more if you put that in your back end versus your front end. I hope that makes sense.
Well, and let me just ask a question. So if the item that you're referring to is most often made of glass, or there is glass in the particular item, like in most cases, I don't know if you were showing the lamp or not, but in most cases, if it is typically made of that, but this one happens to be different. So I know that there's like bottles now that look like they're glass, but they're not, they're plastic. So that may or may not be.
Acrylic, yep. Yeah, so it's just a matter of showing up for more searches overall, but you have to realize you're only going to rank for those searches and those search terms that the front end of your listing is highly optimized for.
All right. So we also have, if you have additional questions for Amy, you can ask them in the Facebook group. Inside the Facebook group, there is an event that's just for Amy Weiss. And so you can go to that specific event and click on it and ask Amy any questions that you have regarding her session. She'll be monitoring it all day today.
Yes, I will. I'm excited to help you guys get after your listings. I'm hoping that your sales are crazy busy right now, but if you are a private label seller and maybe you're in a niche that isn't flying off the shelf right now, or you've got that dreaded Amazon shipping April 21st thing, now is a great time to fix your listings and get these things optimized, or just to learn a new skill.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with learning a new skill, especially right about now. So Amy, I do know that you have an amazing bonus for those people who upgrade to the All Access Pass. And if you want to mention that real quick before we hop off. And again, if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat or you can type them in the Facebook group.
Yes, so that is the listing review. And so you can go to my website and I will do a full review of your listing and tell you what keywords you should be using and you know what I think about your listing and how you can improve it. I'll give you specific. I actually email you a video of me reviewing your listing, so that way you can apply those techniques and hopefully make more sales.
There you go, because we're all about helping people make more sales right about now, or getting more eyes on their listing, or figuring out how to optimize operations in their business, or different things, sourcing. So thank you, Amy, for taking the time to cover this amazing topic with us. And all of Amy's social media tags are on this page. We hope that you all have an awesome day.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.